Welcome to Land Your Best Sports Betting Live Show. 12 games in the NBA. About to get it. I need to grab one thing. I'm going to just get one thing here. But we got a bunch of people coming on. We got Ty coming on. I got Prop Bomb coming on. Usually make sure Prop Bomb comes on. He's always a little bit precarious. We'll see if he is or not. Hold on a second. Stand by for this real quick. Just got to do one thing. Get this going. Just got to get one thing in here. And then we're getting right into the slate. Make sure you're throwing your bets into the comments. Going to go over all that stuff with you guys and see what you guys want to look at. Injuries are going to happen. This show's probably going to get a little bit crazy as we just have a bunch of injuries coming out, and then we'll figure out what to do with them from there. I know Prop Bomb's ready for some of that, and I'm sure Ty is as well in terms of like grabbing what we're going to need for the stuff to get ready for when people are listed out, and then we can just get that stuff going. But give me 1 second. I'm just going to get this up real quick. Boom. All right. And we are good to go. All right, cool. And we got Ty in here, so I'm going to grab him. I just wanted to grab one other thing, so I'm just getting going with Ty real quick. What's up, man? How you doing?
Up? Good. Can you hear me? Let's see. Is my mic
I got you. You got okay, what do you got? Stuff. A little lavalier mic there?
I don't even know what it's called. It's like a Hollyland Lark or something. I don't even know. I got it like
you're coming up. You're coming up though. I see you. Hold on, I gotta fix this real quick. Let's see.
Can't rip the what's it called anymore? A MacBook Pro microphone.
MacBook Pro mic. Is that the mic you're using? You are coming up. There you go. Yeah. Audio is everything. If they can't hear and understand you, there's not really much point to the show. So I feel you on that. Let me just start sharing my screen, man. You know we're gonna be using Props Madness. I know you are as well. But I actually need to get Props Madness up. So we're gonna use that. I'm gonna take a look at some of the projections that we have on the site too, so that we can see if the model that we've got on landyourbets.com means anything to us. Let me pull that up, get that going. How many bets do you have on your card right now?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie, I have 8. I love this slate. Like I always say that stuff and then like get crushed. But I do love the slate, so I got a lot of opinions.
I believe you. That's perfect. It's so many games, man. We can just start wherever you want. Obviously, a little bit earlier would be better, but we're gonna have plenty of time for people to get bets down early, late, and whatever. So if you have something you want to talk about first, let's get right into it. I'm gonna be jumping in the comments too, and if you see anything in the comments, Ty, just pull it up. We'll just start talking about it and go from there. But let me give you the honors here, man. Anything that you want to talk about first?
Let's see. What game are we starting on?
We got anyone you want, for real. Like you can really go wherever you want. There's so many injuries. It's like, what am I going to go down in order? Like, but from these games, some of them don't have anything for us to look at, you know? So,
let's start off with the hot take.
Yeah.
I am on Austin Reeves under 41.5 points and assists.
Don't do it. I've been trying to do it for so long, and he's apparently Michael Jordan. But no, talk to me. Like, is there a good reason this time? Like, damn.
Yeah. So Boston, they've given up some like good games to high usage players and stuff, but they've also like I've been on Donovan Mitchell unders against him before. I've seen him get face guarded. I saw Jalen Brunson score like 15 points the other day. They allow like the 4th lowest pull up frequency and like 3rd lowest fewest pull-ups made over the last 10 games. Like you look at their pick and roll handler stuff, it's all really tough. Isolation defense is really good. And look, man, I think that Austin Reeves is one of those guys. Like, don't get me wrong, dude, he's really good. But like the more tape they get on him, the more it's like he's not gonna be able to drop these like 35 and 10 games in his sleep, I don't think. And back to back, I don't know, man. I think that he's gonna see a pretty tough scheme from Missoula. Celtics are like dead last in pace too. I don't know. He should not. Austin Reeves, I don't care who's playing. I'm almost positive he has the highest PA line on the slate tonight, dude.
On the slate today. You can actually look at that if we just go to points and assists, all games. Yeah, if we see all games, I mean, we'd have to go down, but we're probably not going to see 41.5 anywhere. There wasn't even 30 in this in that Heat and Orlando game. Even Jaylen Brown listed at like 30 points is at 34.5. Like, you're 100% right. There's nobody else that also just came off of 44 and 10. That's why no one else is going to have that number, but I want to do it too, man. I've tried it twice and he's just been like, nah, dude, I'm the best player in the NBA every time that I do that. So I think I got to be out on that. But let's see. There's so many comments here. I'm going to keep running through them, but if that's what you got on that game, I don't I didn't like anything in this game at this point right now. I think everything for the Celtics is fair, and I just don't have any data on the Lakers in this instance. I guess I do. It's just Austin Reeves does everything. That's the data. But like, yeah, this should be a much more difficult matchup than the ones that he's been facing. Oh, Toronto is tough too, man. I have nothing on it. I'm just gonna leave it alone for right now. Let me get into something that I've got, and then I'm, like I said, gonna jump to the comments, and I know Ty's looking at what you guys have too, just in case he's got something for y'all. But I got my notes get all mixed over here. I'm gonna go right to this Cleveland game with the Spurs. This game that may not have a single center playing in it because Jared Allen is out. Evan Mobley came down with something because he's currently listed questionable, and he was a late add to the injury report. So we probably know that that's not a good look. And then if you go, wait, is he at 37.5 points? Oh, okay. This is still points and assists. Thank God. Oh, that's not a thing. It is like 30.5 for Donovan, but I just had it. It's 31.5 now. I was going to go with Evan Mobley for sure because that's going to be Kelly Olynyk against Evan Mobley. If that's the matchup, even if it was like Sohan or Keldon Johnson or whomever, I was going with Evan Mobley, 20 and 10, get about plus 150 for it. I didn't even end up betting it because I'm like, the questionable tag, everything on the Cleveland side is a little bit iffy for me, but I do like two guys on the Spurs side. And I think the key here is that with Olynyk, Kornet, and Wemby all out, then you just go to, all right, well, let me just see what that looks like when I put those guys off court and who's doing well. Keldon Johnson, Julian Champagny, and obviously you got Kelly in there, and then the other guy would, that's actually it. That's all I really like is Keldon and Sohan. That's the other guy. Sorry, Champagny and Sohan. Those would be the forwards that I'd be considering at that point. So I didn't know. I was looking at who does the best. Keldon Johnson at 28 PR per 36 without those guys. I have him at about 28 minutes as like a solid floor or an average closer to maybe 30 in this game. And so if you just kind of, even if you were to like filter this without Wemby, without all those guys, all this stuff's going to be since he came back from injury. And then it's a really nice hit rate. Plus you've got Kornet out now. I think that gets him a few more minutes. Like if Kelly Olynyk's your center, you need guys like Keldon Johnson and Sohan and all those guys to be playing big minutes either next to him or even without him. So I like that look right there. That was one thing. Any thoughts on that one or anything in the in that game? Oh, you know what? Let me get prop bomb in here. My bad too, but feel free to get into it if you got something there.
Yeah, I agree with your take completely on Keldon. I think Keldon's like the main benefit, one of the main people who benefits from no Kornet. I don't envision them running like a ton of like a prop bomb with that background.
I just had to be a little bit funny, you know, with the Miami background.
Look at Clean though.
But no, I don't envision Kelly Olynyk and Bismack taking up 48 center minutes. I think you're going to see a lot of Sohan. I think you're going to see more Keldon. I think that Keldon will still come off the bench and then we'll get a lot of minutes in the non-Mobley minutes where they don't even have like Nance or Allen. They have like no rim protection. Yep. I know they're a pretty poor spot of defense too. So I think Keldon stuff makes a ton of sense.
Yeah. Yeah. What's up, Prop Bomb? How you feeling, man?
How you guys doing? You guys do. You got it's a massive slate today.
Dirty, just angry slate at us. But yeah, I went with Keldon right now. I am going to take him because of the minutes that I like for him. And then Ty was like, I respect the hell out of this, but because I want to do it too. But Ty was like, I don't care anymore. Austin Reeves under 41.5 points and assists. Like, this is absurd against Joe Mazzulla's defense. He thinks he's going to have something specifically drawn up for Reeves, which I totally think is very reasonable to take.
But, I don't think that line has ever been set. Even without Luka and LeBron, it's like normally 28.5. But he does take on like the Luka pretty much role. It's like copy and paste.
Yeah.
So whatever like Luka's line is, like that's probably what Reeves is. But yeah.
This is Luka's stuff right here. I mean, 32.5 points. Who else are you going to look at to get that? Yeah. The board's even at 5.5. Like that's probably Luka-ish, a little bit higher. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. And I do like one more thing in this game though. The game I was just talking about with that Cleveland game, real quick. I just got to go back to the Rook. Like if he's taking, let's say 12 shots once again, he's still at 3.5 assists. This is Dylan Harper for those of y'all not looking, but Dylan Harper came back from injury in this game against Minnesota, took 12 shots, shot really well for sure. Didn't hit any threes, but 8 for 12. And then 10 shots in the next game, but got to the free throw line. So it's still same usage, same thing against Orlando, same usage. I actually respect definitely Orlando and Minnesota's defenses more than I do Cleveland, especially in this spot without Jared Allen and a real rim protector. Love Dylan Harper, man. Like he's going to take over for this team at some point. And so I took the points and assists because I do think the assists are low. And this actually moved against me technically. I don't really care. But,
I like the assists.
the assists are low, but the points, like I couldn't get away from adding them because of the 12-ish shots that I see him playing. And this would be the game that he goes from the 22 that he's played, 20, 21, 22. Got to play at least 23 to keep the pattern going, but probably 25 or so is expected for him in this one with a thinner rotation with everybody out. So that's just couldn't get away from him, man. I couldn't stop betting on him. But any thoughts there? I know you loved Dylan Harper the other day.
We were both aligned. We both took Harper's over, and then I played Cornet's assist, but Cornet's not playing today.
Yeah.
I think Harper's assist would be where I would go for this one. Minus 108 over 3.5. Just with how they are defending spot ups, and then like they are a top 10 allowed assist defense, the Cavs. But you would think that kind of changes with Jared Allen and potentially Mobley both out.
Right.
So that's the only thing that could be a concern. But I lean the over on that.
I feel you, and I think the assist is the thing that helps me like it the most, but just couldn't get away from those shot attempts. But any thoughts there, either from you, Ty, or somebody else in this game too, if you feel like it?
Well, Dylan Harper, people have to like realize that Dylan Harper is like legit, like really, really good. I think he's like literally out of like every single guard in the NBA. I think he's like top. I think my buddy Ozbet sent me. He's like top 3 in rim frequency, like finishing at the rim or something like that. Yeah. So he's like legit good. And if he's gonna go up against like a Thomas Bryant or anchored second unit or something, he should have a field day.
Or the Professor Dean Wade, maybe. Yeah, exactly. This tip-off is going to be Dean Wade versus Kelly Olynyk. Just consider that for a minute. That's how this game is going to start off, is those two white boys tipping off. Kelly Olynyk can't jump over a phone book, so it's actually probably Sohan. But yeah. And PB, did you want to drop anything, or even just give a look that you were considering right now?
I'll probably share mine when we get to the game. I don't think I have anything as of right now for this one.
No, I was popping all over too. So yeah, I'm actually wanted to pop to whichever game you want, because if we go in order, like there's so many guys out all over the place here. I just kind of feel like whatever you feel is good, and this massive slate is fine by me.
Why not? Yeah, I'll go in the Clippers. I mean, the line's not available. That's the thing, but I could talk about it. I feel like people.
Yeah, no doubt. And that's the beautiful part about Props Madness this year, right? Is that we've got the even players that are not listed, even for games that don't have a single player listed, you're still gonna be able to look at all the research.
No, it's listed, but the line is no longer available. It's Zach Edey. I did under 13.5 points.
It did drop down then.
Yeah, it's 12.5. I mean, this just comes down to him going up against Ivica Zubac, who I don't think is going to be in foul risk at all this game. I mean, maybe Jaren puts him in it, but there is some like really extensive history that goes back to like when he was a rookie. That them two have matched up like the most. Matching up against Zubac has been that he's done in 140 possessions, and in that 140 possessions, he averages. I believe it was like 4.5 points per game. Like Zubac just owns him. And I mean, it's just a nice like sell high, because especially he's done it already this season.
I think it's also noticeable that it's probably about like 4 or 5 shots that he's giving it, like 5 to 6 shots that he's even allowing Edey to take in this situation. So Zubac is dropping down. You can see there's 6 best limiting stuff inside the restricted area. That's been the hardest thing for me to remember. The restricted area down here, inside of 5 feet, whatever you want to call it. This is the 6th best team, because I'm so scared of Zubac. That's my biggest thing here. Like, I'm more scared than normal people. I think I just respect him so much down there and what he does defensively. So
and I feel like too as well. Like Brooke Lopez could maybe like come out from the dead and maybe be the backup for Zubac if they need his rim protection.
Yeah, no, that's fair too. I noticed you were like, well, the rebounds not quite the same number. He can still get those because he's a massive human who cares about rebounding more than anything. So, I feel that for sure. I want to go over a quick couple things too. If you guys see Swish, the homie in the chat here, definitely going to be dropping some good looks. He is responsible, by the way, for the model that I do want to start looking through a little bit here on landyourbets.com for anybody interested. Also, just want to shout out Matty Stevens is in here, one of the GOATs in the VIP Discord, if you guys see him in there. And then real quick too, I got to shout out Cody, the resident Toronto Raptors capper here. Dude is following that team so much so that I do trust him. Love when he sends me stuff for the Raps. But let me see if there's anything that people have in here that interests me. And if you guys have any thoughts on it, we can at least get into it real quick. Love that Swish is with us here at about a 19-point and assist projection for Dylan Harper. I think that's what we got in the model as well. Cody's calling us crazy for taking AR unders. We feel crazy for it, but I love how crazy Ty is for it. I want to do it. He's got the
Gotta go with
stones, so he's got bigger chutzpah than me in this one. I'll put it that way. Let me bring up KPJ for a minute, so that I can at least ask you guys what you think about Milwaukee and or Philly for a second. Go to that one. Because of the guys that are out, I think it's pretty interesting. So the KPJ look that we just saw, let me just start there and ask you, Ty, if it's not KPJ that you like, is there anything that you're looking at on Milwaukee with Giannis's injury that he's going through right now?
Yeah, so this line moved a point. I think playing his points line is totally fine. I'm on Miles Turner at 19.5 PRA. If you go to his games without Giannis, he's had some really good games without Giannis, but the main thing is too, it's without Giannis, or with Giannis, he's literally just a spot up guy. He's just camping at the perimeter, and if they happen to hit him on an open three, he'll shoot it. He's actually used as a pick and roll man. When Giannis sits with whether it's going to be with Rollins or KPJ. And and then Andre Drummond is a terrible defender. He'll get threes up on him. He can't protect the rim. He's a good rebounder. So I think
What's
just points
look like for Turner.
I think it was minus
1.5, right? That's low.
Whoa.
Yeah. So I mean the PRA. So it's basically the same edge, although I guess the rebounds are also a pretty nice edge. The rebounds, I think, are a little bit misleading because of these low games. I think the median is probably still about 7 or 8, honestly. the boards at I thought they were going to be 5.5. They probably were and got bet, and you can still get some 5.5. But I've played that without Giannis too. The PR, I mean, the assists don't even look that bad. If he's up to, it's about the same with or without Giannis. 1.5 if you want it, but I don't even feel the need to necessarily add it. Did you play the PRA for Miles or the points?
I did, but I played PRA at 19.5, so it was 7 RA or 12.5 points. I'm okay, I'll just take the PRA. But at this point, I'd just go 12.5 points.
Yep. Points is still great right here. I agree with you with that. Did you have a thought there, PB? You seemed like you lit up a little bit thinking about it.
Miles Turner, yeah. I mean, I feel like there's definitely going to be a usage bump without Giannis, for the next 2 weeks that the books are going to slowly but surely adjust to.
Yep.
What is it now? 20.5 PRA? What is it?
20.5 now, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is interesting because it's just flat everywhere, meaning the books don't know what to do with it.
What's PR look like?
Right, because it's this
19.5. Okay.
Yeah.
Sure.
So it's really just actually it doesn't really hurt to add the assist just because you also just get the bump of 1 versus the 1.5 that you need if you just take the assist itself. So it kind of gives you that little edge there. Yeah, I don't know what to do with them because they are now pricing everybody like KPJ and Ryan Rollins so high. But other than that, I think Miles Turner is still great in that sense, and I think the rebounds are a little bit better for him without Giannis. I actually don't have anything on the matchups on that one, but anything for you in this game, PB?
I haven't got to that one yet. I wanted to hear your guys' thoughts and review it. Then I was gonna get to it because it's one of the later ones.
Right.
I was also
so weird. It's so early.
Yeah. Oh, early, but yeah.
It is late though. It's later for this slate, but the weird thing is the last game is I don't know, it's 9:30 Eastern, and usually
have you guys been liking that or?
Oh yeah,
I have.
Hey, us East Coast guys definitely like it, right?
I am on the West Coast and do not care at all. I'll watch the sport if it's at 2 p.m. I'll watch the sport if it's at 11 p.m. But yeah, I'm pretty set no matter what. But I do have some thoughts on Philly because I don't know what to do with Milwaukee, and I want to bet on AJ Green just because he always hits for me when I bet on him. But I don't have anything else, and he's still shooting a 43%. I think he's actually at 47% from 3 on the season, and something's going to give at some point. On the other side, I haven't bet. I did put one bet down. I just put a little sprinkle here, half a unit on the double at 3-1. It is still pretty close to 3-1. I thought this would keep dropping, but nice. I got this at plus 310 on FanDuel. Yeah, the double for him. I part of what I was talking to Swish about when we were talking about this earlier is there's often not enough of sometimes anyway, there's not enough of a correlation given to the fact that if Drummond is getting boards like that and he's getting, let's say, 3 to 4 offensive rebounds out of the 12 that we expect him to get, 11, whatever. You got to expect 4 to 6 points off of tip-ins at that point, right? And that increases. That's the only place you get a little bit of edge because the double-double, when he's at 7.5 points as a prop and the double-double is 3-1, this maths correctly where it's okay, if you were going to combine 10 points with 10 rebounds in this situation, that would probably roughly get you about 2.5 to 3-1. But then I think we get a little bit of an extra bump in that the likelihood of this happening because I don't think they're undervaluing the tip-ins for Drummond against I guess, Miles Turner. And that would be the only fear is like, is he guarding Miles Turner at the 3-point line at some point? I haven't seen that be the case when he's played against the Pacers specifically. I don't know how much you want to use that because that was him versus Miles Turner. Also not the same situation as this season, but I thought there was at least enough of an edge there. The other one I was considering is Jared McCain. And the reason would be that it's not really like a correlation of him without Joel Embiid. It's more that I think this should be about 12 and a half if we expect him to play 25 minutes. And I don't know why he would not be playing 25 minutes if you believe, as I do, that VJ Edgecombe is going to be playing 24 once again. And that's really the main cap is like VJ Edgecombe is not playing 35 minutes like we've seen him play this season. He's going to be playing like 25. It's the second night of a back-to-back, and he's been on this limit. So I think that gives you a little bit of an edge. I didn't bet this. I didn't hit McCain. It got up to 10 and a half. I'm a little bit weary just because of if this is a close game and then we just watch like Maxey take a million shots and Quentin Grimes has been eating usage, whatever. So there's just a lot of guys around, but I think McCain would have been a nice play at 9.5 if you still like it. So those are my main thoughts on this game.
Yeah, the one thing I will say with Miles Turner, because I looked at it last time. I do remember not Miles Turner, Andre Drummond against the Bucks. Yeah, Miles Turner may pull him away from the rim. There's also the risk too that Kevin Porter Jr. is driving, or it's Kuzma or Portis. One of those guys puts him in foul trouble, like what happened last game. So that is always a risk, even though they're without Giannis.
Yeah. And
then additionally to like Adem Bona is always going to be the guy behind that could take his minutes.
Yep.
So, and the injury that he had. So that's just one slight concern. But yeah, I mean,
plus odds. Look here from someone in the chat. Yeah, Matthew Simonelli saying, maybe it's Chiminelli, but I think it's Simonelli, saying he's concerned with minutes for Drummond no matter what. I think the minutes concern comes from foul trouble, right? That's what did it. Well, he still got the double against Washington because it's Washington, and it's what you do.
Think it would only be foul trouble, or like, what is it? Paul George steals some. Edgecombe is also a guard that rebounds, so I don't know.
Yeah. I just don't. If he's starting, like I got to put him at like 27, 28 minutes in that range. So I'm really not too worried about that. But
Nick Nurse has been super weird with the minutes recently. Like usually Nick Nurse is like, I'm running my guys 40 minutes and stuff.
Yeah.
And it's like Edgecomb's at 24. Everyone's getting like calf injuries and stuff. So I think Nurse is starting to chill out or something. But yeah,
that's a fair
honestly,
point. Yeah.
What's your guys' take on PG here? Because PG was my strongest lean over, to be honest with you.
Paul George.
Which anything specific?
Points.
13 and a half.
Yeah,
starting to bump up a bit.
Yeah.
What's the thoughts on him? I guess minutes wise and everything.
So he sat the first night of a back-to-back, right? I think that was probably pretty intentional. So should be around like 25. And then this is kind of like a vibes thing, but like Maxey, they played pretty recently, and Maxey had like 50. So just like human nature to be a little more aggressive on him, I think, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I kind of think that PG is a little bit safe, and if you can get him to 25 minutes, I think that the volume should be pretty good with no Joel.
Yep.
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have anything much on him except for it seems like he has a pretty high shot diet. Like basically like his per minute attempts are basically like a shot every other minute.
Do you
based
like
on how much he plays so
like
far.
PA or what happened?
Yeah, because I always try to think about that, the assist for him too since last season, but 17 and a half. Yeah, the assist at 2.5, like I would almost just take even if you wanted to like them at 3 enough. Yeah. But I don't have anything matchup wise to get me there with it, honestly. Let me pull up Philly here on these projections real quick. Because Wofford and we forgot that Eric Gordon played in the league. Swish and I were talking earlier, and it was like, does Eric Gordon still play basketball? Like, who cares? I guess nobody cares. Looking at the minutes, like I just think the model doesn't know that VJ comes on a minutes limit, so we'll give it the benefit of the doubt there. But I think this is, and then Paul George, this is being tied down in the minutes because he's been out so much. There's nothing else to draw from to tell the model he's going to play 25, but this is probably about 4 minutes off. If you give him 4 minutes, it looks like based on what he's been doing this season, this doesn't really work out too well with the guys that are playing. But if you do give him more minutes, maybe there's some guys off the court with him. It's more of a crapshoot for me. I think like there's nothing here that's going to tell us about Paul George specifically. But I think the minutes are pretty close if that helps you at all, basically. Did you bet this, or you're just like really trying to have someone talk you into it?
It was probably someone talking to me, to be honest.
Fair, dude. Fair. I love it. I'll call out my other guy here, Mike, also another little VIP capper in the Discord. If you guys are seeing Mike out there, man, definitely hit him up. Appreciate the love here. We got a really solid sports show today because we got some other people helping me with this crazy shit. But all right, anybody want to jump in? I have a couple other things, but I'm happy to. You know what? I'll take us to another game with a bet. What am I being so passive here for? Let's get to Charlotte and Toronto. I do not bet on Toronto because it's just one of those teams where I'm like, I don't know who's doing the assisting today versus the rebounding versus the point scoring. And this is where I rely on my guy Cody, as I said earlier, to tell me who's going to do what in these games. But I do like betting on Charlotte. I don't know. They're a little bit of my kryptonite. I think the thing with Charlotte here is, and the reason that I like Knipple on both the boards, are those still really, I mean, even minus 130, and you can still get flat, like minus 111 for his rebounds. I think this is all low. And I think the only reason it's low is because he's playing 35 minutes, and that's not being taken into consideration. I think these projections, and Swish and I talk about this too, these projections for LaMelo, Miles Bridges, Brandon Miller, Knipple, like these are pretty accurate if you think that the bench is playing normal minutes. Trey Mann's not playing. Colin Sexton's not playing. Kalkbrenner is questionable to play. That brings like Mason Plumlee off the bench for a few minutes, tightening that bench even more. Don't laugh when I say Miles Plumlee. I'm serious. He's going to play basketball today. And then that just leaves Con at like 35. If you like him at 35 minutes, then these projections are low. And I think it should be closer to like 18 and 6 on the boards, at least 18 and 5. So I do love that the points and rebounds. I got this at 21.5. Got better juice on it. I got better odds at like minus 105. But I just think this is a nice game for him. I'd be lying if I said that how awesome he's played against them twice is not impacting my love for this bet. I wish it wasn't, because I hate to look backwards and be like, well, he used to do it, so he'll do it again. That's not really the logic I want to use. But I do just like the minutes up at 35. Yeah. Where are you at, PB?
No, I was saying you can't, like what you were just saying. I was agreeing with you. I was like, yeah, you can't do that. Right. You can't look back and say, oh, because he did it twice, he has to do it a third time.
Right. Yeah, that's not where we're at. But I think 32 to 36 is super reasonable. And that is just something where it's like his per minute stuff would just tell you, like, not a great matchup. But that's what really helps me with the fact that he's done it twice is like, well, I've seen him do it in this difficult matchup twice. So like that at least tells me he can. So any thoughts on this? Or I'll go to you real quick, PB, if you like Con or if you like anybody else in this one. Yeah,
Con would be the guy I would target in this one. I did like Jakob Poeltl's assists over. Now I will say, like,
always different assist-centered play.
It's the same thing as like what you just said like 3 minutes ago. Oh, he did it in the past, so he's gonna have to do it again. He had 9 assists. I mean, the line's 2.5. Basically, like the logic behind it is that first of all, they're 29th in rim assists, and then also like Mason Plumlee and Moussa Diabate are just very slow-footed, so he could like use his gravity and his touch and just do like those quick passes to create offense. And yeah, like he's probably playing 30 minutes because he rested yesterday.
Right.
And I believe the Charlotte Hornets allow the 5th most assists to opposing centers this year.
Yeah.
So
and just the second most
over 2.5 assists.
Yeah, interesting. Thoughts on any of that stuff, Ty?
Yeah, it's like handoff assists against drop coverage, as they're always like a cheat code, especially when you got Brandon Ingram, who will shoot a midi every single time off those handoffs.
Right.
I'm on LaMelo. I took him over 24.5 points and rebounds. I like over 20.5 points, over 25.5 points and rebounds. I mean, look, dude, this is kind of like first of all, he played 37 minutes last game. He's off a minute restriction. Sexton's out. Mann's doubtful. Look, the Raptors, like on paper, don't look like a great matchup, but they've played twice this year, and he also hasn't played great. But I will say he's averaging 25 minutes in those games due to minute restrictions, and he's averaging 17.5 field goal attempts per 25 minutes against the Raptors so far. And this is also another eye test thing, man. I watched that game against the Knicks, and like his ankle was genuinely like hampering him. Like he didn't have burst. He was just blowing by Knicks guys. So I think,
he had 21 drives. Yeah.
21 drives in that game.
Yep.
That is a coach's wet dream. And the biggest frustration point for LaMelo Ball in the history of his playing days is, will you just please, you're like 6'7". Will you just please go to the bucket sometimes, man, instead of pulling up for 36 feet every time on the step back? But and my first question is just any reason not to add the dimes. I guess they're smidge high, huh? The biggest edge was just, I love the edge on the board, so I'm with you there entirely. Just didn't know if you had a thought on the dimes.
Probably because Brandon Miller playing, right?
Yeah, Miller's playing, which is probably actually good for his dimes, to be honest. Just I hope Miller will let the thing rip in like those guard to guard pick and rolls. Honestly, I don't know. I just think that like genuinely, man, a healthy LaMelo Ball playing like 35 minutes is way too low for him personally. Yeah. I think.
No, but the dimes don't intrigue you, is what I'm saying, right? Like this doesn't really like tempt you at all to add it or do anything with it.
Yeah, I think dimes is fair. I think like 5.5 rebounds at plus feels like a little bit short for him playing 4 minutes.
Yeah, so. This line has been as high as like 6.5, 7.5 at times from in times past. So like, yeah, you can easily justify 5.5 for even money or plus money or anything like that for LaMelo. Yeah, looks like we all like this game a little bit, to be honest about that with who we have here.
Hey, hold up, I got one last take too.
Yeah, go ahead.
Why? So this isn't on like the widely available books at all.
Yeah,
but like Moussa Diabate at 15.5 PRA, he played one game without Kalkbrenner and I was on him. He played like 38 regulation minutes. So
I thought Mason Plumlee took. Oh, really?
So Kalkbrenner's not officially out yet, but he's rolled the same ankle like twice in like a week, and it was really bad last time. And they're on 1 day rest. I'd be shocked if he plays. So.
Yeah, there was the one game where Plumlee started, which is what we expect to happen today. Right. Moussa played 40, like basically played full because in this one against Milwaukee, and then in this one against Atlanta, played 25. Had 22 rebound chances. I do love Moussa like so much anyway. But the boards are always what I'm looking at. I could see any of it. No real thoughts on that one for me, but I still think, I'm never going to tell you not to bet on Moussa Diabate if you have any kind of angle on his minutes. And he would be where I'd be going as soon as the news came in about Kalkbrenner. But happy to let you to take the next one, Ty, if you got a game you want to take us to.
Let's go back to Memphis and Clippers. I feel like this game is like very predictable. I love prop bombs under on Edey. I also am a big fan of Zubac under, but I really, really like this one too. Another guy who's off a minute restriction, and this line actually went against me. Well, not against me, but it moved a little bit after I posted. Now it's back. Yeah, Kawhi. He's at a PR per minute this year. He is at 50-40 splits, but he's kind of been around there for like the past few years. To be fair, but I mean, played Memphis this year, 39 points and rebounds in 29 minutes, got up 24 shots in 29 minutes. I mean, dude, if you're a pull-up shooter against a team that has Zach Edey, like you're going to get to your spots. I think Memphis allows like the 4th most mid-range over the last 10 games as well. Yeah. I don't get it, man. I think the game should be competitive too. It's a 1.5 point spread. So.
This is your stat right here. Is this pull-ups percentage of his shots coming from pull-up and the 4th worst pull-up defense in the league, which is explained very super easily, like you said, by Zach Edey and his gigantic self standing there being like, yeah, you know what? I think I'll pull up. I don't need to run into 300 pounds of block or whatever he is. So, yeah, I do see Kawhi. I am on a strict no Kawhi Leonard diet forever because the likelihood that he just gets in the game and is like, not today, is sometimes too high. For
me. He seems to have his minutes lifted, but they are playing a back-to-back. This is the first game, so that's a slight concern.
Who are they playing tomorrow? Do you know?
Let me see. Yeah, go check it out.
Should have pulled that up anyway. My bad. We are talking about what team are they playing?
The Wolves. Let's go. They're gonna.
The Wolves.
They have a loss tomorrow.
Scheduled loss.
Yeah, but here's the thing: like, if they also think they have a scheduled loss tomorrow, then just play Kawhi for 37 minutes tonight.
That's a good point by prop bomb. To be honest, like that probably would make me, I was thinking 36 minutes. It'd probably make me think like 34 or something. So I still really like it.
But you could still lean into the idea.
Don't let me take that off. Don't let me steer you another way. I do like that because the pull-ups are going to be there.
And real quick though on the minutes, like I could also make the argument, Ty, that like they already plan to not play him tomorrow, in which case they play him full tonight, right? Yeah. So it could go against you either way. And this is one of those things where it's like, because I don't have a strong thing on the speculation and both sides of the speculation argument make sense, then just stick to what you know and just keep going down the middle. Like if you're playing golf and it's like, I can't tell if it's left or right, then just hit it down the middle, man. Like that's all you got at that point. Cool. Yeah, I see that. Did you? I respect the hell out of the Kawhi bet tonight. The thing I would also talk about is James Harden is the type of player that you take the ball out of his hands if you are a Memphis Grizzlies defense. That's what they do, right? They try to take away the PNR stuff, and then, or I'm sorry, no, I have that backwards. Wait, I thought they're better against a spot up this year.
They're bad. The Grizzlies are. They like just station Edey in the paint, and then Jaren is like the guy who normally plays straight up or he'll roam. But yeah, they're pretty solid versus like spot up.
Yeah, that makes
Collins
sense.
3 is a good look. He'll roam off of Jaren. He got up like 4 threes last. He didn't make any, but honestly, Collins 3s are a pretty good look, I think.
I have another look. I have 2 more looks for this one.
This game,
Collins, same guy, but rebounds, because I do think Zubac and Edie are going to be boxing out and fighting for like the boards and negating each other's like actions every time that the ball kind of like is near the rim. So I do think he benefits here, and he can see a little bit more rebounding chances. He had 7 last game on, I think. Can you just go double check how many chances he had?
Yeah, my bad. This for the last game.
Yeah, I think he had 14 chances, or
just 11 against Atlanta, but still pulled down
Memphis.
9.
Memphis is.
Oh, I'm sorry. You're talking about the actual matchup. My bad. 12.
Oh, just 12. But yeah, 5.5 rebounds. I think I lean the over, even though it's kind of heavily juiced. Just like I said, like Zubac, both of those guys are just going to be battling each other all night. Going back to Zubac, I do like his over 3.5 assists.
I just want to add to your point real quick before we get too far away from it. I totally agree with you, and I also just because I want to talk about John Collins because we've been fading him on LYB to great effect, but like he's also been I just thought Ty Lue hated him. I don't know if he does or doesn't, but he went from playing 24 to 22 minutes sometimes up
he's
into the
now.
Exactly. He's back in the SL. He's being treated the way I thought he should have been treated from the jump, right? I already dropped him in fantasy because I was like, I guess not this year, but maybe he's coming back. I think he's on the uptick. So I do like the fact that this is the time to start taking him in still a buy low spot as his trajectory is going upward. But what were you saying about Zoo then?
Oh, Zoo assists. Even though it was 2.5 last time, it's an assist higher, 3.5 plus odds. I'm not gonna let that affect me because it didn't affect me when I took Hornets assist versus Memphis. It's dribble handoffs.
Right.
Like it's Edie. And look at the similar player assist versus Grizzlies. Like it's almost a 90% hit rate, except for some reason Hartenstein didn't get it. But it seems to be like a cheat code. Just take these center assists versus Memphis.
Yep. I agree. He might have.
I mean, I would say 5 potential assists for a center. I would take to get 3 for sure because that's going to be.
Says he got 2.5 assists for Zubac. Okay, what'd you get it at? -180. Like,
is it? Yeah, it's probably about -1. Well, maybe you got it earlier, but the potentials for him. That's what I always look at is like he's at 2.7 on 4.4. Like that's a really nice assist percentage, like potentials turning into assists because it's center. So you're either getting it driving to the rim or you collapse on him and now he's got a wide open shooter. So it makes sense that centers usually have really high success percentage on their potential assists.
I will say another thing too, Josh, real quick. On the potential assist, dribble handoffs, not a lot of the times they get recognized as potentials. So it's actually, it could be a lot more than what it appears on props match.
Interesting. And is that because the players usually taking like at least 2 steps or like a dribble or 2, and so it's like tough to call it a potential assist? But
why? But that's just
It's so funny that sometimes the human gives the assist and the machine doesn't give the potential. I love it. Dope. Yeah. It seems like you guys like a lot in this game. I like stayed away from it. Yeah.
I have one more too for this game. Yeah, I got one more too for this game.
Yeah, go for it.
This is so gross, dude. But Vince Williams over 10.5 points.
I saw that.
It's like Zubac. Oh my! Like I went back and watched his shot attempts, dude. And like Vince Williams, like if you look at his stuff, he's like 22% pick and roll handler. It's obviously higher than that without John Morant. But he gets on ball reps, dude, and like he's a terrible shooter. So Zubac like literally just like camped under the rim and he was just like walking into like floaters. He's like janky little middies, but he got up 17 shots in 23 minutes. So I mean, he's gonna be dared to take pull-ups and stuff. So
I see it. Yeah, he's gonna be dared to take pull-ups, and he only had 5 assists on 4 potentials against them for a reason. As easily his lowest potentials output since Ja went down for sure. So that's a good look there on the points and even like maybe a fade of the assists. This could be a nice little like 10 plus points under 6.5 assists. You get close to 2 to 1 because you get a little boost in the negative odds correlation there, the negative correlation for the odds. But what about Edie assists while we're here? Anybody like that? Because that just got brought up and I'm just bringing it up. I saw it.
Well, same reasoning, right? Problem. Same reasoning is like against Edie. Zubac is going to be playing maybe not as deep, but similar.
Yeah, I guess I didn't really think about that. Yeah, I didn't really like look into it that much personally.
Yeah.
We can
Switch
go
is
in.
also talking about Santi Aldama real quick, which I am just they just not like there's he's low because they're not playing him, so it's a good buy low spot for him. Anytime you see 11.5, but he's taking his minutes, and they're on the floor together for like 4 or 5 minutes a game or so too. So that does make him better for the shoot as a shooter. And this defense, I believe I'm correct in saying, is worse against the spot up and the catch and shoot than it is the pull up in terms of the Clippers defense. So he would be a guy if they're going to put on ball pressure that would leave Santi in a good spot. Do either of you guys like Santi? He's burned me recently in a way that I'm like, ugh, bad taste.
Yeah, you just said it. Tomas Isolo, the head coach for the Grizzlies, like you'll notice the way that the defense works well is because like there's never really that much overlap where both of Jaren and Edie are off the court. Like they're always on the court together. Right. So like some of those minutes have to like go somewhere, especially if Edie's is starting to rise. So I think that's why Aldama's kind of taking a bit of a hit.
Yeah.
No.
I feel it. I did have one thing I want to bring up so I can get us to another game. I'm going to bring this up because I'm very proud of the reason that I bet on this. I don't know if it's going to hit, but Matas Buzelis is at 5.5 rebounds. I mean, look, everybody and their mama and cousin is questionable for the Chicago Bulls. So I don't know who's officially playing in this game, but I know whoever does is going to be playing against this Indiana Pacers, and that's great for rebounds. But here's why I'm actually proud of myself for at least betting this, even if it doesn't hit. And I'm grateful for Swish bringing it up, which is like he's at 5.5 rebounds. This is flat, minus 115, right? I just bet this against the Nets. The reason I bet this against the Nets is that it's great for slashing forwards to get rebounds against them. And the matchup is great for someone who's even 6'10 against the Nets who don't play very many bigs. So the 10 rebound chances, I think that was about 2 to 3 below what his projection should consistently be. And he's coming off 2 games where he had like 18 rebound chances. Those were higher than they should be. You put this at about 12 rebound chances. I love 5.5. And the only reason I didn't even just go right back to Matas rebounds is because it didn't hit last game. That's the part I'm most proud of is you don't not bet something because it didn't hit last game. It's the second time we're bringing it up on the show. And if you like this, everything is the same. The matchup is even better now against the Pacers. Why aren't you betting this? So I have to bet it because the logic hasn't changed. Just my panties are in a bunch that he didn't get it last game. That's not a reason to not bet something.
Who do you think Matas guards?
I'm so glad you brought, dude, how did you get in my head like that? My segue was last point, he guards Pascal, and that's who he guarded last game for 60% of the floor time that they shared together. He guarded Pascal. And my first thought was, oh no, he's going to guard Pascal. That's terrible. But he had 18 rebound chances. And if you consider bigs playing against Pascal, where does he camp out? Either on the extended elbow or on the wing. Wonderful place to get rebounds that all bounce within 5 feet of that area. So I still think he's going to be good at about 8, like again, 12, 13, 14 rebound chances. Love that to get 6, 7 in that range, more than 5.
Damn, that was like sharp. That was crazy.
Yeah.
Like I said, I was proud of that one. We did the research today. Swish and I were on a call for a long time going through this stuff so that we could just reason against each other. And I'm
gonna go back and watch those rebounds because like that's what's so cool about the NBA stats. Like I could see all of his rebounds within less than a minute. And I do have a play in this one. Jay Huff, over 15.5 PR. Knock on wood, this guy is like a cash cow for me. I mean, I'm like 5-0 on his props.
Yeah.
I faded him last time versus the Nuggets. Figured that Tony Bradley would be playing more for Jokic. That was the case. I think it's going to go back to what it was the game before that. And he had 22 PR. Nice. We'll say though, like, look at the first quarter points for him against the Bulls. Like he had all of his.
Oh my gosh.
Damn. He shot the ball. That's.
Go on first quarter.
Oh, I had the first quarter points, right. I thought it just showed you.
Yeah, he had all of his points come in the first. That's the only one concern I had was that all of his points that game came in the first quarter, and then he was quiet afterwards.
Off of 5 threes and hitting 4 of them.
Yeah, so
he got wet. Yeah,
he got a little bit lucky, but still, though, like the Bulls allow the most rebounds to opposing centers. And like, I mean, they can't defend pick and roll, pick and pop with Vucevic.
Oh man, he's over the hill, brother.
Yeah, this is a good play.
Yeah, I respect the hell out of it. My only thing, I don't know anything about their rotation. So is he starting right now, or is Isaiah Jackson still starting? Like, what's going on with the Pacers?
Right. Yeah, he'll start. He played 18 minutes last game. I think he's going to probably finish with 23. Okay. Because like I said, I think Tony Bradley took some of his minutes.
Right.
But he's not really needed in this one.
Right. If you're a little bit scared of the points because of being hot last game, would you consider the boards alone?
Yeah. Oh, you know what I also like as well is his blocks. Like this guy,
I just went over to look at it because I was recently watching a J Huff block highlight reel.
This is like the best matchup possible for his blocks.
That's why it's juiced. It's inflated for sure.
No, yeah, he had 4. Then he had like 4 last game. But yeah, there's so many guys on the Bulls that drive, like what Buzelis, Kobe White, Ayo, all these guys just.
We need to tell Pips to put up the block. You can look at block attempts on NBA stats page. Yeah,
where is that?
You can go to like blocks here. I'll show you real quick. If you go to NBA stats page,
that's been low. That's quietly been like a little bit of. I did it 3 times so far, like center blocks versus the Bulls, and it's been hidden. So,
or maybe it's only team block attempts. I know you can see it because I looked at it. Player.
If you go on PBT
defense, maybe.
PBT,
right. Yeah.
Bulls lead the league in rim blocks allowed.
Oh damn!
Like Giddy and Io just go in there and chuck it up.
I know you can look at it because I looked at it last year when I was playing under blocks against the Celtics for Miles Turner.
I remember that.
Cash cow forever because it was like this team doesn't go to the rim. So when's Miles Turner going to get a block? You know what I mean? And that was when I saw Miles Turner had like 3 block attempts per game against this team or something. It was a beautiful look. But I promise you, I'll find it for you guys and send it to you later. But I do you like 2.5 at this price here for blocks? I've never bet blocks other than Miles Turner unders in my life. Do you like this at 2.5 PB?
Yeah, it's a lean. I mean, the play for me is the PR I got it at 15.5. So
right.
Make that rebounds make sense as well.
Yep, I'm with it.
Did we talk about Phoenix versus Houston?
I was going to go to that game next. I just want to make sure, Ty, did I miss you on anything you had in this one? Bulls and Pacers.
So this is like in correlation with prop bombs play. I think Tony Bradley doesn't play. I don't see what the point of him playing is against his team. So I think you probably get like 48 minutes of Huff and Jackson. So honestly, I kind of think Isaiah Jackson's.
It's also a good one. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
Yeah, I think it's the same matchup.
PR, same thing, or
probably PR. I'd say.
Yeah,
13.5. I think. Yeah.
He burned me enough times this season that I'm also on a pretty nice Isaiah Jackson. No bet. No bet. But he's such a good rebounder. If I could guarantee you he's going to get more than 12 minutes, then I'd be like, take his rebounds. But no, but I feel you. If you think Tony Bradley, that's a good angle, right? You think Tony Bradley's not really good for this game. He's not going to be seeing much. Then you go ahead and just take the other center who you think is going to split the minutes with Huff. According to PB, that would be close to 25. If Huff gets 23, could be seeing that many from Isaiah Jackson in that one. But I am done betting on what Rick Carlisle is going to do essentially. Let's get to that game though. The Yaz and also. J Huff, someone pointed this out. J Huff in Mexico is Yay Huff. That's a pretty fire name. Jazz and Knicks here. We got what should be, I think, a complete smackdown for a more rested Knicks team than they were. It is 4 and 3 nights, or 3 and 4 nights, but just give like Josh Hart, Mikal Bridges, and Jalen Brunson a little bit of rest, and they're so much better. So I think this is a smackdown. And I did end up betting on Jordan Clarkson. I think I found the times to bet on him. I took the 10.5. I think he does play a normal 20. This isn't even really blowout related, but I take a little bit of the old team stuff, mix it in with the fact that I think this should be closer to 12.5. Even if OG plays, that's what's pushing down this Jordan Clarkson line from the 11 or 12.5 that it's previously been. So even if OG plays, 20 minutes, 23 minutes? Like OG's not playing full in his first game back from injury. So it's still questionable to even play. So I think that helps Jordan Clarkson be the first scorer off the bench as Deuce is into the starting lineup. And there's the Jordan Clarkson angle. But happy to tell you guys I'm stupid or talk about anything else if you want.
I mean, it makes sense. Like there's revenge, former team, the Utah Jazz, maybe some blowout, additional run, rest the starters.
Yep.
10.5. So is Anunoby not ruled in yet?
Not yet. He's still questionable. Yeah.
I think what you could do here is you could use Props Madness and you could look at what Clarkson's lines look like in blowouts.
It's not great. It's at about 10.
I
did 15 plus.
15 plus. I had two leans I liked in this one, close to official plays. One of them is no longer available. I liked Nurkic's under 9.5 rebounds, just because I think like the game may get out of hand. Brunson is pretty solid when it comes to like finishing the layups and also putting centers in action. Towns, post ups. Mitchell Robinson comes off the bench and does the box outs and the offensive boards. So I liked his under 9.5 rebounds for Nurkic, but that's gone.
Nurk, yeah. Yeah,
and then also on your to go along with you liking Clarkson. I don't like Brunson because I don't think he's going to have a lot of upside. Like, simply put,
what's the point of keeping him out there if you're up 20? Yeah. If it was Tibbs, I would say it doesn't matter. You can't fade him. He's going to play 40 even if they're up 40. But Mike Brown is saving that franchise. Thank God.
Yeah.
I saw
Josh,
you were. Yeah, go ahead, Ty. What were you saying?
Yeah, Josh. If you want to go to like PRA, and then because I was actually Brunson under PRA was like is my favorite player this game. And then just like look at him with like 36 to 28 minutes, right? Because like what are the odds he plays more than 36 minutes here?
He's
right?
not going to. Yeah.
It's not very good. And if you like click up because FanDuel kind of has a bad number on the under. Actually, what does it? Okay, but
actually, it's minus 120.
Okay, never mind. I'm tripping. But yeah, and then if you even go back to like last year too, dude, it's like this line feels a little bit too high for like the projected game script and stuff.
Yeah, the game script doesn't add up to that. I mean, this is where it's almost like Jalen Brunson under PRA combined with them to win. Like you just take 15 and a half. That might be more of a sprinkle, but that would be if you like. I love finding those moments where it's like, okay, let me take Brunson, Cat, go under on their PRA, go over on the bench, take the spread at 15 and a half, add it to it. Bob's your uncle, maybe a little 10-1 or 12-1 or 20 sometimes. So it's a nice way to play if you do really truly believe in the blowout. That's a good way to look at that. So we got under for JB on the PRA. I like that. This was as high as 30 and a half. So definitely clearly the market agreed with you on fading that stuff. And then the look here. So no more on the 8.5, right? For Nurk. Like, would you add anything to it? Because the boards were a great look for the under there, PV.
Yeah, I like that 9.5. What is it?
Yeah.
What is it? Let me see.
It's 8.5 flat at this point.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't really think there's an edge there at that. I mean, probably lean the under, right?
Yeah, I still lean the under for sure.
Let me see.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, I still do. It's the Knicks. Like, I'm with that. Knicks at home, like I said, should be a drubbing. So I considered some Svi, but I'm not going to just start guessing which of these spot up guys is going to hit shots and get minutes. Will Hardy's a crackhead in that sense. Like, I don't know what his rotations are going to be like. So why would I want to even like mess with these?
Jazz are my least profitable team in the league. Like, I'm like -8 units on them. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. Isaiah Collier's playing 12 minutes a game now. What are we supposed to depend on? Like, what is life?
Does he have a line? Does Collier have a line?
I don't even know if he's lined anymore.
Collier. I like Clayton Jr. too. He's been kind of getting minutes.
We're waiting for a 20-minute game.
Or just fade whatever I say because I'm wrong with this team
about
all
the
time.
Jazz. I like that. Just do the opposite of what I say about the Jazz. That's helpful. We got a few more minutes. I'm going to run through the comments, but if you guys have something, Ty, do you want to take us to another look, or what do you got?
Yeah, let's go to Denver and Atlanta. And then I'm on Peyton Watson over 12.5 points. So if you want to go to games with Murray and Jokic and then without Gordon and Brown, he's playing out of his mind. Like, not gonna lie, he's had a couple games that like he was just being left wide the hell open and was able to hit some shots. But he is playing like really big minutes. He's like around like that 33, 34, 35, 36 mark. And then over the last 10 games, the Hawks are getting cooked in the restricted area. They are getting Porzingis back, which will definitely help a little bit, but still on the year, it's not great. And the big thing is that if you watch how they played Zubac the last couple of times, they were super aggressive doubling Zubac post touches. So I'd be pretty surprised if they don't do that with Nikola Jokic, right?
Right.
So I do think some catch and shoot looks, even though it's not going to look great on paper. If they're doubling Jokic in the post, they'll get catch and shoot looks, and he's a guy who teams want to leave open, right? You don't want to leave Cam Johnson open. You don't want to leave Jamal. You don't want to leave Tim Hardaway. So yeah, I think that this is a pretty good look. I think that those cuts to off Jokic doubles in the post will be there.
Yep.
And this one.
Go ahead. No, go ahead. I was just gonna actually real quick on Peyton. Like, I don't know. I really don't have anything else on it other than like I like the reasoning that you have. But I was gonna bring some stuff up about matchup, but I don't. I think Kristaps being out there might hurt Peyton trying to drive quite as much. I don't know how long he's going to be out there. That was the only thing I was going to bring up, but I feel like what I'm talking about is noise. Yeah. I'm just talking about noise at this point.
I just think under PRA for Porzingis is the move. I mean, minutes restriction probably could be coming off the bench. I don't know if it's guaranteed or not. Yeah, I don't even know if he plays more than 20 minutes.
Was that reported that he was on a restriction?
I mean, like he's been sick I don't know. I mean,
It's the mysterious illness, right? The one where it's like he can't breathe if he runs.
Or can't like gets dizzy if he stands up or something.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm like, you shouldn't be on an NBA basketball court if like the worst case scenario is that you die, then probably don't play. Like I would avoid that.
I fear the Chris Stapps rumors might be true.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so. I think that might be the case. Did you have something in this one, Ty? I thought, do we come here because we came here for the couple of looks we just – no, we came here for Watson, and then you were bringing up under PRA for KP as a lean there, PB.
The under PRA?
Yeah, that was the lean you had there. I'm trying to see if anybody's talking about this game. So Jalen Johnson's the best player in the NBA. Oh, he's the second best player after Denny Avdia. Then it's Jalen Johnson as far as the best players in the NBA, apparently. So any thoughts on that, on JJ here, who has been an absolute monster or anybody like that? I'm happy to like go to another game if you guys don't have anything. I just thought I'd see what the chat was saying for a sec.
Oh, I kind of wanted to stay away because like of the injury that came out of nowhere last game. So I don't know if that's going to impact
the JJ one. Yeah. That's probably partly why it's low because 21. It has been 24.5 consistently. The question was on the dimes. Once you get down to 6.5, it's beatable, but it's juiced and it's mostly 7.5. So I don't have much on 7+ assists.
Low,
yeah, I wouldn't be playing that at those odds for real. But I'm gonna make sure I don't miss anything. Yeah, that's pretty much what I got here for the live. I wanted to at least get that out there. Do you guys want to drop anything else before we dip out?
I'll give a play that the third play. So I spoke about J Huff, spoke about Edie. The third bet that I liked is in the Phoenix game, the Phoenix Rockets. Colin Gillespie.
Oh yeah.
Under I was telling you about this in like the chat, but his under 15.5, which no longer is there. But they played on Monday versus the Lakers, and this dude was a flamethrower. Like he was going crazy in the fourth quarter. I think he had like 16 of his 24 points come in that, or 28 points come in that quarter.
Wow.
They had no answers for him. Also, Grayson Allen wasn't playing, so now Grayson Allen's back. The Rockets are going to be a little bit more slower, and they have Amen Thompson and Okogie and Aaron Holiday that probably are going to be a little bit more mindful of him. And I'm reading at what the books are saying, and his 3-point line's at 3.5, so he's not going to get 6. Right. It's going to be tough to get 16 points.
Right.
Yep.
Yeah. I love Colin Gillespie, but I hear you. Where are you at, Ty?
Yeah, I got a take on this game too. And if you just click on this dude's threes, it's going to look really ugly for this hit rate. I really like O'Neal under 2.5 threes. So, like I said, hit rate's going to look really brutal. But the Rockets are back to like last year, where if you go to like last time, they're not allowing any catch and shoot threes whatsoever. And Royce isn't going to get any usage because of people out, right? He's like a pure spot up guy, and there's absolutely no one to force to like stress the defense and make them, pass it out. Like you're just going to play Brooks straight up. You're going to play Gillespie straight up. Allen, like these guys can't like beat their defender and force you to kick out for 3. So I don't think there's going to be many catch and shoot threes at all. I, like I said, it's kind of ugly on the hit rate stuff, but I really like it.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about that. I'm with you on it.
That's great. Yeah. I mean, he's a guy that benefits off of gravity from drives and like teams over helping. So what you're saying.
Yeah, who was missing in this game? Everybody and their mama was missing in this game. He did hit 4, but also to your point, like I think that has shifted a little bit for Houston, where the defense was not quite as Udoka-y as it has been in the past, where it's like we just let the ball handler do what he wants in a one-on-one matchup with a guy like Amen Thompson or whomever, one of our athletes, and then go from there. But I mean, I wouldn't be letting that. Grayson Allen's going to get at least like 3 or 4 of those attempts that he had in the last game, and 3 becomes really hard to make on like 4 or 5 attempts, obviously. But all right, I'm going to call it right there, unless you had one more, Ty.
No, that's good for me.
I have one more in this Heat Magic game. A little bit cautious about this because I do know they're going to be facing each other on Tuesday for the quarterfinals. I'll be at that game, but I did like Tristan Da Silva overs. I think that could be, I always like to play role player overs, spot up guys versus the Heat. I think Bam takes Paolo. What is it? Oh, it was 7.5 I liked, but 8.5 is fine. I think It's a guy that Miami's probably not going to like really care to guard.
Mm-hmm.
Like the over on that.
Yeah, I'm a little bit weird what's going on with Orlando with Powell back. I think they're going to look gross, but that doesn't matter for a 7.5, 8.5 point prop for Tristan da Silva, who's playing really, really well. I think he's shooting super well. I think 42% from 3 on the season too. So a couple threes gets you pretty close. But all right, I got a couple plays I'm going to try to get out into the VIP folks. Make sure you are checking out Ty on YouTube because his channel is going off and doing great. PB's got the Discord. Definitely be following him on Twitter. It's Twitter. Follow him on Twitter there at PropBomb. That is where he's sometimes dropping some free stuff, but you can get all his info there too. Links to the stuff in his bio and all that. Very profitable dude. What are you up? 20 units right now, my man?
16. A little bit of a drop last 2 days, but doing great. Doing good.
You're looking good too, right, Ty? You're about the same.
I think I'm like 15, so we're in the same boat. It's been tough. It's been a lot tougher this year, I think, than years past, to be honest.
It sounds tough to say it, right? We've talked about it too behind the scenes, PB, where we were like, I can't tell people this because I sound like a little baby, but like the books are getting better. Somebody's snitching on some of the info that we're trying to use to beat them because I feel like they're taking some stuff into consideration. But all right, appreciate everybody who's jumping in here. I'll be back as soon as I can. I'm sure we'll have stuff tomorrow. I actually might have a live tomorrow morning on Saturday for some of those games too. But either way, best luck on this 12-game slate tonight. Till we see y'all next. Happy betting.
Happy betting.
Let's do it. Oh man, I'm fried.